Hey everyone, today is Wednesday. Yes, I had to switch the training this week to Wednesday instead of Thursday. Today's Wednesday, May 10th, and my name is Janelle Summers, and this is the Team Hardcore training call. And today's training is about creating your target audience for a like page. I want to make this as simple as possible. So there's a whole other training on like pages in and of themselves. How to start a like page, how to get that going, what to expect from it, how to start posting on it, all that kind of stuff. We already have a training on that, and I will do an updated training, but there is already one on our training website, JanelleSummers.com. You can log in with the username Team Hardcore and the password fitness to find that training. So this is assuming that you already have a like page. Now, if you're brand new and you're like, but I don't have a like page, it's okay, because creating a like page really is simple. It's as simple as going over to the left side of your, like when you're on your home page of your own personal page, you have to have a personal Facebook first. Over to the left-hand side, I believe there's a little button. If you scroll down past your groups, it'll say create page, and you just create a page, make it a public figure, name it your own name, and boom, you've got yourself a like page. It's literally that simple. And then it's just a matter of posting stuff that you would normally post on your personal page. That's why I always say, get in your groove on your personal page, because that's basically the same stuff you're gonna put on your like page. Don't think that you're gonna open up a like page and all of a sudden you're gonna get all businessy and all Beachbody-y, and because that doesn't work either. If it doesn't work on your personal page, it's probably not gonna work on your like page. So, assuming you have a like page, and I do have to also say, you don't have to have a like page to be successful in this business. There are plenty of successful coaches that do not use their like pages. They may have one, but they don't really use it. And then on the other hand, there's some very successful coaches who really do use their like page, and they will tell you that it's helped them immensely in their business. So there's no right or wrong as far as having a like page. I personally think it's a good idea to have one because Facebook is so good in terms of investing. If and when you are ready to invest in your business, and even if that means small bits at a time at first, Facebook is a good place to invest. I mean, to be able to have a vehicle, a tool that will target your audience and save you hours of your time so that you can spend those hours with your family instead of searching for those right people and hoping that they'll come to you and hoping that they'll see your post and all that. To have something where you can say, you know what, instead of spending 20 hours trying to find these right people and hope they come to me, I'm going to pay $50 instead. Your time is worth, your time is money, right? So, when people say, oh, family first, but then they're not willing to spend $30 or $50 so that they have that extra 10 hours with their family, you got to really think about that. So, okay, so let me make this as simple as possible. Let me also just say that this is about creating a target audience on your like page, and there's more than one way to do these things, okay? And the way that I'm going to show you is the way that after clicking around and doing some playing around, I think this is probably the most simplest way. So I am going to share my screen. I do also want to say, in case it gets lost in my training, one thing that I have to make sure that you know is that I'm going to talk about boosting a post in this training, because boosting a post is, in my opinion, very simple to do. It's something where I can't tell you how many times it saved me to just go, oh, I'm going to boost that post. But you have to understand that I'm not just boosting any post. I am boosting a post that has started to get traction, that already has a targeted audience that I've created. Okay, so I'm not just clicking boost and going, oh, I hope more people see this. No, I'm not doing that. Because if you listen to a lot of Facebook trainings from Facebook gurus, they'll say, don't ever boost a post. Number one mistake, don't ever boost a post. That's like a blanket statement, and I understand where that statement is coming from. But there are times to boost a post if you do it effectively. And in my opinion, effectively means the things I'm going to teach you today, which means you aren't just boosting any post. You're boosting a post that is an invite. It is specifically an invite. So don't just say, oh, I created this great post and it's my story, and I really want people to see my story, and I want people to relate to me, so I think I'll boost it. No, you have to boost posts that have an invite, because boosting a post, in my opinion, the only way it is effective is if you are actually seeing people comment on it. And that's the other thing. You've got a call to action on it. You've asked them to comment below, or you've asked them to click on the application that you put in there, which I don't usually do that. I don't usually use a form. I've tested it, but I don't really like it. So I usually say comment below or tell me below or whatever. I give a call to action, because what we want as Beachbody coaches, you guys have to understand, what we want as Beachbody coaches to have happen on our posts and on our social media and within our marketing, what we want is a little different than what some other businesses want. In fact, in some cases, very, very different. So you might be watching a Facebook training that is for people that have a retail store, or they're selling a product and only selling a product, and that's all they're doing. Ours is a little bit, our business is relationship marketing. It is relationship marketing. So I don't care who sees my website or who sees my products. That's not important to me. I need to talk to these people, like one-to-one. I need to have conversation. That's what's important to me. So when I watch these other Facebook trainings and they say, what we all want is to get them to that product. We want to get them to that website. We want to get them to that product. We want them to buy that product, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I want. I don't want them to just go buy Shakeology. I need to talk to them. I need to find out their needs, their goals. Maybe they'd make a great coach. Maybe they want to be in my next challenge group, but I need to find out their needs. So I need to talk to these people, and I need to see them. I need to see their face. I need to see, is this someone that I would associate with? Is this someone that I want in my challenge groups? I really protect the people in my challenge groups. I don't want some weirdo in my challenge groups. I don't care how much product they buy. I want to know who I'm working with. And you guys should want that for yourselves too. You shouldn't want just to be sending people off to a website to buy product or whatever. You won't be able to grow a big business if you operate that way. You have to operate this business as it's meant to be operated, which is, it is network marketing. We're to be connecting and networking and building a relationship. Otherwise, you might see some quick success or some sales maybe, but that won't last, and you will get exhausted and you'll go, why am I not, my income not growing exponentially, and my team's not growing, and I'm not rank advancing, and I'm not this and not that. And it's because maybe you tried that shortcut way or something, but you've got to be connecting with people. So when you hear don't boost, don't boost, don't boost, consider where that's coming from and realize that there are effective ways to do a boost. It is tempting when you do a great post to just click boost and just let it fly out there and hope that the reach grows, but then where's that going to get you, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen before I get any further, and I'm just really hoping that I don't have any technical glitches as I do this. Okay, so 1 second here, and it should be starting to come up. That's not really what I want it to do yet. Okay, it says you guys see the screen. Is it like big enough that you could actually see what my, like the text on my post that's in front of me? The post is, I've got a pink shirt on. Can you actually see the caption of that post? Sorry guys, I've got a couple people helping me out to tell me what they can see and can't see, just to make sure that, okay, good, you can see that. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's move on. So this is a post that I did obviously on April 7th, but let's just pretend like I just did this post last night, okay? And let's say I'm thinking that, I really need to invite people to a group to learn about, maybe it's some kind of free group. Let's just say it's a Sugar Buster group, okay? What I can do, and whenever you are boosting a post, you guys, this is really important to understand. You need to be in that picture. You need to be in that picture. I cannot stress that enough. I definitely can tell you, I have tested so many ads and boosted posts where I was not in the picture, and they don't do well. People do not buy from or join or even stop scrolling when they don't recognize someone. They just feel like it's white noise. It's just it's just another stock photo, or it's just another picture in their news feed. What people stop on are people that they recognize, so your friends and family, they will definitely stop on a post where they see you. But also, even when you're targeting an audience where they don't know you, they're much more likely to stop and check you out as an individual. It's obviously a very unique picture because it's you, right? It's not just a picture of a shake. It's not just a picture of a salad. It's you, okay? So much more likely to catch someone's eye if it's a picture of you, especially if they can see your smile in the picture, okay? So that's tip number one. Okay, so let's just say I want to boost this post. Now, first of all, in looking at this post, hopefully you can read it, there's no call to action. Sure, I say, how about you? It's a kind of lazy Friday workout, how about you? That's not a call to action, okay? It truly isn't. Most people would not answer that question, okay? So it's not, I did not word this well, especially not if I'm gonna boost it. So what I can do before I even boost it is I can edit the post, okay? So first thing I can do is edit this post to give some type of call to action. Like, let's say I wanna put, comment below if you need more accountability to work out. Maybe I just do that. I don't even take out Lazy Friday. Comment below if you need more accountability to work out, okay? So now I've got a call to action right away in the very first line. Some people even capitalize the whole first line. Anything that grabs their attention, and especially, like I said, a call to action. So now I've edited to add that, and of course I'm not even making sure if this makes sense. I'm just gonna go with it, just for purposes of this example. So before I boost it, I wanna make sure I've got a call to action in there. And I've got my picture, so I've complied with those two rules. So now, let's say I want to boost this post. So what I can do is go to Boost Post, click on that, very simple, right? And you can add a button, like one of these options, shop now, book now, learn more, sign up, send message. I don't do those. I really don't, because I want to see their comments. I want to be able to message them back after they've commented. I want to see who they are. Okay, so here is where I'm going to create a new audience. Now, let me just say one thing. I've already created this one audience for my March 2017 test. I'll let you just take a quick look at that real quick. I could edit that as well and change it. It's people who have already liked my page, so they already hopefully know, like, and trust me. It's age range 23 to 35. I just test out different age ranges. I always do female. And then I excluded these people: Team Beachbody, Team Beachbody, people who are interested in Team Beachbody, independent Beachbody coaches, or people who are interested in Tony Horton. Sorry, Tony, I don't even know why I did that. I think because I assume that those are mostly guys. I don't know. So this exclusion piece is really important, though, at least for me, you guys, because on my like page, so again, you can't just do what you see other coaches do, because all of us are in a different boat. I've been doing this, you guys, for almost 9 years. A ton of people who have liked my page are already my coaches, or they're in my downline, or they're in someone else's downline. So I have a huge number of people who have liked my page who are already coaches, okay? I wanna reach people and tell them about, fitness and the things we have to offer, and healthy lifestyle and fitness lifestyle and the business opportunity, people who haven't been introduced to it yet, right? I want to reach those people. So that's why I'm doing that exclusion right there. I could edit this and change it, obviously, but let's just say I'm going to create a new audience. Let me just point this out down here: run promotion on Instagram. Hopefully you can see that. I check that off, okay? I highly, highly, highly recommend that you uncheck running the promotion on Instagram. I have never had good success with that. I could go on and on about that one, but I personally recommend that you uncheck that box. Okay, so let's say we create a new audience here. Let's say I haven't, so the others that you're seeing here are defaults. People who like your page, that's a default. I did not create that. People you choose through targeting, that's a default. People who like your page and their friends, that's a default. Okay, this other one here, CSV total Janelle ad, that is not a default. That is where I uploaded a customer file, people who had opted in, and I uploaded their emails. By the way, that did not work well for me. So here is where, okay, this is where you create new audience. So again, all I did, you guys, was click boost post, and then I'm going down here to create new audience. So I'm gonna click that. Let's hope this isn't where it completely loses everything. Let's see if you can still see this. So I'm gonna name it. Let's see, I can name it free group. Okay, I'm gonna name it free group. Free group accountability. And again, another reason why I want to talk to them is I want to know if they already have a coach. I hope you guys are always asking people that. One of the first things, if not the first thing I ask someone is, do you already have a coach? Really, the first thing I ask is, what about the group or the sneak peek or the whatever I'm inviting them to? What about that interested you? And do you already have a coach you're working with? Okay, so definitely be talking to these people and asking that. So I am going to choose women. And I'm just going to keep this age range, but obviously you can choose whatever you want. And then I have United States selected. Obviously you could choose other locations. That's obviously up to you. But here's where things get really cool, is where you can narrow your audience. Okay, so right there, now we want to include people and exclude people. So let's say, now look, just so you know, you can scroll, there, you can scroll down to see how many people you're currently reaching. So without putting any parameters on this, other than the age range in the United States, right now I'm at 35 million people, okay? That's fairly broad, okay? Too broad. So what I wanna do is add some interest groups. So notice it says include people who match at least one of the following, okay? So here's the deal. You have to be careful with this one and make sure that it's really specific, because if you put in there, let's just say, I don't know, fitness. That's so broad, you guys. You're gonna end up pulling in people that are not like-minded if that's like if you pull in really, really broad interest groups like that. I personally think you really want to narrow it down a little bit more. So think of like places you like to shop. Like I like Lululemon. So as I start to type it in, it comes up right there. So these people, people who like Lululemon, who are between the ages of 23 and 35 in the United States. I'm gonna also add Lorna Jane, another favorite brand of mine. Why it's not coming up, there we go. Lorna Jane. Okay, so now I'm at 1.4 million. And now I'm gonna add, there was one other one I wanted to add. What about Jillian Michaels? Because that's the style of workouts that I like, and that's the kind of content that I have on my page and in my groups. I like hardcore workouts. I like, that type of personal training style, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna add Jillian Michaels, see what that does. Okay, so I've got those, but now let me go to define it even further. So I'm just scrolling, see this little scroll bar here? You can obviously scroll up and down through this whole thing. So now I'm gonna just include those interests. So again, it's going to target anyone who likes, and it shows me how many people are in this group. 2.4 million, 1.4 million, and 13 million, okay? So anyone who likes Jillian Michaels, it doesn't mean they also like Lorna Jane and also like Lululemon. It doesn't mean that. It just means the people in this group will fit one of these, they have one of these interests. Okay, so now I wanna narrow my audience and exclude some people. So I've already put some in here, but let's say I wanted to add, Carl Deichler, because again, I'm just trying to exclude people who are already in our coaching community because I want to introduce new people to this whole world of fitness and what we do. So I can type in Carl. There he is. So I'm excluding people. So of the people that this pulled in, and now I'm excluding these people. So maybe I also include Beachbody. As an employer. I'm still really broad. Maybe I include Beachbody as an interest group. See how that gauge at the bottom keeps changing? Now I'm at 1.1 million people. I still think this is too big. 1.1 is too big, and it's even saying your audience selection is fairly broad. It's a little bit too big. So what happens if I lose the Jillian Michaels? Let's see what happens there. So you can play around with this, you guys, so that your audience isn't too broad. That still is pretty broad. I'm gonna see what happens if I lose Lululemon. This is great. It went down to 30,000 people. 20,000 people, 30,000 people, that's great. So now I've got people who like Lorna Jane, and some of you are like, what the heck is Lorna Jane? Again, I went to something more specific, not just something like fitness. If you make your target too broad, you're gonna end up, I hate to say it, but you're gonna end up getting some weirdos. Apparently you can hear me, but you can't see me. That's totally fine. That picture of me is way better than what I really look like right now. Okay, so you didn't miss anything really. All I was saying at the end is that you save that audience, and now whenever you go to boost a post, even if you're just on your phone and you want to do it really quick, don't do it so quick that you end up promoting your post to Instagram, but right from your phone, from the app that I use, it's called Pages Manager. That's the app I use for my like page. It's called Pages Manager. And I go to a post that I've already posted, and I edit the caption if I feel like the caption is not going to work well for a boosted post. So I make sure that there's something that's going to grab their attention in the very first line. I make sure that I'm specifically inviting them to something. And then I can click boost, and it'll ask me who I want to boost it to. And so then I've got a targeted audience already saved. I can choose which targeted audience I want to boost it to. And then here's the deal, you guys. I would not recommend, and I could be wrong, but I have not had good success with running like ads or boosted posts over a long period of time, like $5 a day for a month or whatever. And I could be the exception, but I don't get good results from that. What I get good results from is if I'm going to spend, let's say you have a budget of, $50 a month or $100 a month or whatever, spend that in 1 or 2 days. I really think 2 days is good. You might even want to choose one day initially, and if you feel like it's doing well and it's getting you the prospects that you want and like, then extend it another day or add another $20 to the budget, and when something's working, go with that. Like add another day to it, add another $20 to it, $50 to it, whatever you feel comfortable doing. But instead of just piecemealing, $1 a day stuff, I just don't feel like that works very well. You end up competing with a gazillion other businesses that are also spending like $1 or $5 a day, and it just doesn't give you good traction, in my opinion. So, show Facebook that you're serious and believe in their marketing, but make sure that you understand what you're doing with posting. And that's why I always say, don't open a like page until you found your groove on your personal page, because you need to understand what language people respond to when it comes to you and what pictures people respond to when it comes to you. And so the other thing is that, like I said in the beginning, don't just boost a post to boost a post. Don't just boost it to get more engagement. I have to give you a quick example before we go. So last night, no, I think it was actually yesterday or the day before. It might have been Sunday night. I did a post, and you can even go to my like page now and see it. And it's of me flexing, and it was getting really, really good traction. So I thought, maybe I should boost this post and invite people to learn about the business opportunity. So I edited the caption, and I included a call to action on it, and I clicked boost, and I boosted it to that March test group, which is people who've liked my page within a certain age range from the United States, excluding coaches, okay? And I boosted it to that target audience. And I spent on it $200 over the course of, I think, 2 or 3 days. And it's getting amazing traction. The reach is great. The amount of comments is great. But it's not effective. I'm just telling you right now, it's not effective. And this is another reason why it's so incredibly important that you don't just look at what other coaches are doing and assume that you should just duplicate what they're doing, because you're assuming what they're doing is working. I'm telling you right now, that post is not working. Why? Because people are not actually seeing it as an invite to the business opportunity. For whatever reason, they're not responding to that piece of it. Whereas I did a post, and you can scroll down on my like page if you want to find it, or you can even see it on my Instagram, I think. I did a post, I want to say like a couple weeks ago, where I'm just sitting on the floor in front of my laptop, not posing, at all, and just put the caption at the bottom right, font right on the picture that says, listen, learn, decide. And it's a very obvious call to action. I think the very first thing I say in the caption is, who's in? I ask that question, who's in? And then I go to explain that I'm inviting people to my sneak peek. And I make it very clear that it's an invite to the sneak peek. And so that is one that I posted, and then I boosted it. I always let it get a little bit of traction first, a few likes or a comment here or there first, and then I boost it. So I usually wait a couple hours or so, and of course try and post these things, at high traffic times. And then I boosted it. And that one, even though it got half as much traction, half the reach, same amount of money, I put the same amount of money on it over the same number of days, okay? And I used the same exact target audience. But it was 10 times more effective for me than this one that I just did. Why? Because I invited them to something specific. And it was very clear what I was inviting them to. I wasn't inviting them to join the business opportunity. I was inviting them to learn more about the business opportunity in a group. And so they knew they had to comment in order to get that link to the group. So if you go to that post on my like page, you can go check it out. It's just a picture of me on the floor in front of my laptop. And I say, who's in? And you'll see a whole bunch of comments below it saying, I'd like the link, please. I'd like the link, please. I'm in, that's what we want, right? And so what I do from there is I like on their comment, and then I message them and say, hey, I saw your comment that you'd like to possibly be in my next sneak peek to learn what coaching is about. And I think I didn't even call it a sneak peek. I think I called it a glimpse into what Beachbody coaching entails. We have to be a little bit more clear about what these things are. We can't just say sneak peek, because you're probably, hopefully, targeting an audience that doesn't even know what a sneak peek is. So you have to be clear on what it is you're inviting them to. And so I was in that post. I was clear that it was a glimpse into what becoming a Beachbody coach entails. And so I messaged back and messaged them. I inboxed them right from their comment, because you can click on message right from their comment. And I just simply ask, what about this business opportunity piqued your interest? And are you familiar with any Beachbody programs or products already? And do you already have a coach? So right there, we can start talking. Notice I did not give them the link. I did not give them the link to my sneak peek. I want to talk to them first. I want to know that this is a good person. I want to know that this is someone that I would like working with. Trust me when I say you don't want just anyone on your team. You want people that you enjoy working with, that you enjoy mentoring, that you enjoy helping. And so getting to know them first is really, really key. And that's why I always say it's important to start promoting your groups, with enough time to get to know people before you let them in your group. And then once they're in your group, they can get to know you more. You can build that trust. You can start connecting more and obviously forming, for those of you that understand what forming stands for. You can really start forming even more once they're in that group. Now, if you're not ready to invite people to a sneak peek or a glimpse into what coaching is, invite them into a free group. Maybe it's a free accountability group. Maybe it's a free, you've probably seen me do the sugar buster groups where we're just, trying to avoid for 5 days eating any foods that have added sugars. Invite them to something free so that in that group, they can get to know you, you can get to know them, and then you've got that opportunity to maybe take that relationship further. Maybe they need help, maybe they need a program, maybe they need Shakeology, but that's your opportunity to be connecting with a lot more people and build your network in a way that will get you like-minded people. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna look through my notes. So number 1 rule was do not just boost a post. Number 2, always have an invite, hopefully at the beginning of the caption, some type of call to action for them to comment, and so that you can start engaging with them. You don't just want to send people to a product or send people to a group, okay? Number 3 was start with an invite to something, that's kind of redundant actually. Same thing, you want to have a call to action. Number 4, if you're going to have a budget for boosting, I would put that budget into one post over 1 to 3 days versus spreading out that whole budget over the whole month over the course of 30 days. Number 5, reach is not important, not nearly as important as the quality people that are going to engage on a post. So exactly my example of my post that didn't get even half the reach as the post I just did a couple days ago, but yet it was 10 times more effective because of the way I worded it and because I made it very clear what I was inviting them to and that they had to comment below in order to be a part of that. So I know people are always going to ask, should I promote my page? Should I pay to promote my page? I think that I personally don't do that, and here's why. When you're paying to promote your page, in other words, to get more likes on your page, you just don't know when. I guess if you're going to message all those new people who've liked your page, then that is worthwhile. If you are going to reach out to those people and say, hey, I see you like my page, are you interested in fitness or nutrition? Then yes, that is a good idea. But if you're not going to do that, it does not do you any good to have a whole bunch of people who've liked your page, because we don't get good traction with like pages. People don't see, the people who've liked our pages don't see our posts enough. They really don't. What you want is for people to be commenting on your posts, even more so than liking on your posts. So if you're going to do one where you're promoting your page and you're paying for that, make sure that you've already set up plans to message all of those people and connect with all those people who have liked your page. Otherwise, that can be a real a waste of money, because just having likes on your page, you could have 500,000 likes on your page, but if you're not connecting with those people one-to-one and having conversations, what is the point? It won't get you anywhere in your business. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry I wasn't able to share my screen for the rest of it. Please let me know if you have any questions on the Coach Success Facebook page, and I will see you next week.